Welcome to the session on operations and supply chain management. We will be taking overview of the course syllabus covered till now before we proceed. So I hope everyone is able to see the on your screen. Is everyone able to see the course content on your screen?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. We will start now. It's already 12.05. The first topic was on introduction to operations and supply chain management, where we discussed about the definition of OSCM, operations and supply chain, the concept of operations and supply chain, significance and functions of operations and supply chain. See, this function of management is a very broad function. I think today I'll go through, the whole course structure and syllabus. There is no point in putting any presentation because we have almost covered 1 month. We've covered more than in 1 week we have 2 sessions per course, so we covered almost 8 to 10 sessions on this. 8 sessions, barring a few like last week uh, on Thursday last week we didn't have any session. But we'll eventually cover the whole syllabus properly. So in the first topic, the focus is more on understanding the concept of operations and supply chain. There has to be a small differentiation between operations and supply chain. Functions of operations also can be further extended to manufacturing operations, production operations, and service operations. For operations management students who are specialization in operations, we have a separate course code 205 called Service Operation Management Part 1, where our focus is only on non-manufacturing or service operations. But since this course code 204, is a common course and it's a core course for MBA semester 2 people, it covers operations, supply chain, manufacturing sector as well as service. So we discussed about definition and concept, significance and functions of operations. Everything which goes on in the industry is the function of operations. Inventory management, inventory planning, ERP, enterprise resources planning, manufacturing resources planning, materials requirements planning, capacity planning, establishment of an existing capacity, aggregate planning, capacity planning, inventory planning. Everything is a part of production planning and control or operations planning and control. Evolution from manufacturing to operations management. How the science got evolved from manufacturing, how for operations evolved to manufacturing. Physical distribution to logistics. Physical distribution to logistics to supply chain management. Physical goods and service perspectives. Quality definitions from various perspectives, customers' view and manufacturers' concept of internal customer. What is the meaning of internal customer? We are making something and transferring it to different department within the organization. What we transfer to the department is the other department to us. So internal customer external concept has to be understood by all of you. See, like in the example in motors, suppose you are painting the body in white. The body in white is painted and then it is handed over to the assembly line. So assembly line becomes the internal customer to the BIW department or body in white department. Or suppose the assembly line and the chassis is assembled and then it is further transferred to the electrical department. So electrical department becomes an internal customer to the chassis assembly department. So likewise, whenever we are transferring products or manufactured products from here, it becomes an internal thing. But when we are selling that product in the open market, it becomes an external customer. So you have to understand the basic difference between internal customer and external customer. Then overview of TQM and lean management. I'm going to treat this topic absolutely separately because totality management and lean management are huge topics to be treated. They cannot be just covered in 1 or 2 sessions. We had one small session today on lean management as a part of supply chain management, just about 1 hour back. But covering the complete syllabus of total quality management and lean is next to impossible in just this small course, because uh, in MTech and MBA, these courses are treated as separate 100 marks or 150 marks courses. In fact, total quality management, Six Sigma, lean management courses are treated with a project or a viva of 50 marks. So they are actually 100 plus 50, 150 marks courses. Here in supply chain and operations management, you guys have only a small component of total quality management and lean. I will cover that separately. Today, I want to go through, I want to quickly run through the complete course syllabus and see what all we have covered. So we have not covered overview of TQM and lean management. We'll be covering that. Impact of global competition. We discussed about it in the last couple of sessions. Global supply chain management, impact of global competition. No more we are remaining confined to our own nation, but whatever we manufacture is now globalized. So today the operations and supply chain management field is more or less put on a global roadmap, not just on a local roadmap. So you can't just think about your India or your own state or country, but you have to think from a global perspective. Then technological changes are continuously going to happen. Under technological change, you have to adopt to new practices. Ethical and environmental issues on operations and supply chain management functions. So this is part one or unit one of your operations and supply management, in which I have not yet touched the main important aspect called quality. I'm going to treat it separately. Then we've covered some kind of syllabus in operations processes. Under operations processes, process characteristics in operations, we saw what do we mean by volume, variety, and flow. We saw what are the different types of manufacturing operations processes. We saw what are the different types of plant layouts. We discussed about plant location and plant layouts. We discussed about different types of processes and operational systems. We differentiated between what is a continuous flow system, what is an intermittent flow system. We discussed about process product matrix, job production, batch production, assembly line production, continuous flow production. We discussed about that. We discussed about process and product layout. So I think by now you guys have understood a clear demarcated difference between different types of production processes. It starts with a job shop and ends up with a continuous flow production system. Then we went into production planning and control. If you remember, I just heard, I think we are disconnection sound in my ear. Anyone wants to discuss anything? Everyone is muted. Anyone wants to discuss anything? You can unmute yourself and discuss. Sagar Walekar?
No, sir.
Okay. Are we all connected? I think 16 participants today. I don't know why the attendance is less. Every time I have 35, 30 to 40 attendance.
सर आज ते हे लिंकच आले नाही याच्यावर मेन ग्रुपवर. ते आम्ही कालच्याच लिंकवर जॉईन
अरे
झालो.
बापरे. हो का? नाही आता ही जी माझी लिंक आहे ना, ही जोपर्यंत मी फॅकल्टी आहे IMS मध्ये टीचिंगला तोपर्यंत ही लिंकच ठेवणार नाही आता. I will not change the link because I don't know what is the issue internally, but this link has been given to all operations people.
ठीक आहे सर, मी रोज आम्ही ह्याच्यावरच कंटिन्यू करू शकतो.
हा, ही लिंक, दिस इज द लिंक फॉर मी ओनली नाव. माझ्यासाठी वाघ सरांनी ही लिंक बनवून ठेवली.
ठीक आहे सर.
ठीक आहे. सो आपण क्विकली आपण ओव्हरव्ह्यू घेऊया. वी हॅव टू कव्हर अ लॉट ऍक्च्युअली. Okay, production planning and control. If you are asked this kind of a question in the examination, what are the roles and functions of production planning and control? The first function of any production planning and control department, let us not use the word production, let us use the word operations. The first function of any operations management, operations planning and control function is demand forecasting. Demand forecasting should be done with the help of marketing, because marketing and sales department will be actually in very close contact with the customers, clients, existing customers, new customers, new business development initiatives, and they will be in a better position to give us the input how much should be produced at what time. Most of the times what happens, production operations manufacturing is the manufacturing is you see all the products that we manufacture will be sold in all the seasons. Suppose you are into agriculture and you are so mangoes have seasonal demand. Mangoes start coming in the mid of March or early weeks of April and they stay up to June. So only 3 months of seasonal crop is the mango. Similarly, oranges are also there, which we have the wonderful Nagpur in Maharashtra, which produces oranges. So you have to understand that there are seasonal variations. Similarly, variations can be there as per demand to our client from their clients. Suppose you are supplying something to Tata Motors. Tata Motors is original equipment manufacturer, and they are supplying it to, let us say, Indian Railways. Now, if Indian Railways are going to put the demand to Tata Motors, obviously and ultimately this Tata Motors demand is going to be transferred to all the vendors or suppliers down below. So a huge company like Tata Motors once upon a time had 16,000 vendors, 12,000 vendors, and the complete business the vendors were getting from Tata Motors was dependent upon what business Tata Motors was getting from the government or non-government or export orders, etc. So today we are in the situation where more and more electric vehicles are in demand. So Tata Nexon electric vehicle is in great demand today. So if you are a vendor or a supplier to Tata Motors in the electrical cars industry, today you might witness a very huge demand of all the products. And today the vendor who is into manufacturing and supply of petrol or diesel equipment for petrol and diesel vehicles of Tata Motors may not be facing so much of a demand. So complete production planning and control depends on demand forecasting. So forecasting is a planning function. Forecasting is, I would say, not a reactive but a proactive function. Forecasting has to be done in advance. Forecasting also has to be done for a time horizon. So if this kind of question is asked in the examination paper, what do you mean by forecasting? What are the different types of forecasts? And specify them with your time horizons. Economically speaking, forecasting can have basically three time horizons: short-term forecasting, medium-term forecasting, and long-term forecasting. Short-term forecasting is usually not more than 3 to 6 months. Medium-term forecasting is usually not more than a year, and long-term forecasting is usually not more than 1 to 2 years. So maximum 1 year of forecasting is in the long-term forecasting. You cannot expect your forecast to be accurate for the next 2 years or 5 years to come. I think there was a disconnection again.
Yes, sir.
I don't know what is happening.
Are we connected? Are we?
हो सर, आवाज येतोय?
Yes, sir. Yes.
येतोय ना? Are we back online, all of us?
येस सर.
Operations and supply chain syllabus दिसतोय का?
नाही सर.
आता दिसेल. I have
हा सर.
already shared the
Yes, sir.
screen.
Yes.
Yes.
हाँ ठीक है. So we were discussing about production planning and control. आपण production planning and control discuss करत होतो. Just a minute. Let me see whether the meeting is recorded. Meeting recording has to be done, na? Meeting recording चालू है. And if everyone is there, I need to take the attendance. Only 16 people are there, including myself. 15 लोकांचा attendance आहे आज. ठीक है. It's all right. I will take the attendance at the end of the session, so that maybe by that time other people also join. We were discussing about the course structure, course content syllabus, production planning and control. See, friends, the word initially used to be called as production planning and control. And I'll be really happy to inform you that initially, in old days, the operations, supply chain, and overall functioning of an industry was more systematic than it is today. I don't know why I have to say this, because prior to the information technology, which became the heart of operations, prior to the complete factory managed through information technology, there used to be a devoted department called production planning and control. And there used to be, different departments named as industrial engineering department, production planning and control department, inventory department, materials department, incoming goods stores, outgoing goods stores, finished goods stores. So there used to be separate departmentalization. Although it through a lot of complex issues, because then what happens is when you have more departments in the organization, coordination and management information system becomes a big issue. But today what has happened is everything is joined through ERP, enterprise resources planning. So if you are working in a company and as a part of the organization you have an access to all the data of ERP, you can at a single click you can find out how much production is gone today, how much production is done today, how much rejections are today, how much acceptance, how many goods are produced as per technical specifications. And the communication and coordination takes place very smoothly through ERP. So I'm not saying that today's systems are having any drawback, but one thing is for sure, today all departments or all the functions which were initially differentiated are merged together, unfortunately. So today there is no department as such called production planning and control. But there should be ideally a department called operations planning and control or production planning and control, because that department is going to be in very close coordination and interaction with marketing and sales people, and they will be doing some kind of a demand forecasting. Now you very well know that demand forecasting is done based upon past data or past behavior. So forecasting is definitely a planning tool, but you cannot do forecasting if you don't have data of the past. Forecasting time horizons are shortened today because today we are producing everything just in time. Sources of data for forecasting. What are the different sources of data? Past data analysis, seasonal data analysis, seasonal variations analysis. All these are inputs to forecasting. Accuracy of the forecast. How to determine the accuracy of the forecast? What is the accuracy of the forecast, or what is the error of the forecast? Whatever you have forecasted minus whatever is the actual demand in the market. That is the error. And 1 minus error or 100 minus error is the accuracy. So suppose you forecasted for 100 items and only 95 are sold or 95 are in demand. So 100 minus 95 is 5. So your forecasting error is 5% or your accuracy is 95%. So how to achieve that accuracy of the forecast to as closest as possible? Then we have capacity planning. We very well know what is capacity planning. When you establish a factory, you establish some sort of a capacity. So maybe you say you can say Tata Motors has 37 different assembly lines, and the total capacity of the company in Pimpri-Chinchwad Bhosri area is to produce 1,750 vehicles a day. Now the company may be having a capacity to produce 1,750 vehicles a day. But if there is no demand or if there is no requirement of 1,750 vehicles to be produced a day, the capacity is going to be underutilized. So generally it is expected that you operate on a minimum 60 to 70% of your capacity. Meaning if you have a capacity to produce 2,000 items a day, you should at least be able to produce 1,200 per day. See, systems work fine usually on a 50 to 60% efficiency, and beyond 80% or beyond 90%, if you're utilizing your capacity, then that is something really good. You're actually optimizing your business process. So that is what we will be studying in production planning and control. In production planning, we have different types of plans called aggregate production planning, materials requirements planning, manufacturing resources planning, alternatives to manage demand and supply, how to bridge the gap between demand and supply. We have something called MPS, Master Production Schedule, capacity planning, overview of MRP, CRP, DRP, distribution requirements planning. You got to also plan for sales and distribution plan. Even if you produce too much, you also have to plan for that distribution. So distribution requirements planning is done through a module in ERP called S&D, sales and distribution. Nowadays, every company is using ERP systems. ERP stands for Enterprise Resources Planning. Then we have production control. Under production control or operations control, we have scheduling, we have loading, we have scheduling of job shops and floor shops. And then we have a scheduling chart called a Gantt chart. This actually covers almost 60% of your total syllabus, that is up to module number 3. So as a part of production planning and control, we have taken issues in MRP and ERP. We discussed about manufacturing resources planning part 1 and part 2 initially, but we have not yet covered issues under scheduling or production control. We have not yet covered issues under Gantt charts. Now we have inventory planning and control. Under inventory planning and control, we have EOQ, that is economic ordering of quantity. How to balance our inventories to the best possible level by not increasing the inventory holding cost, or by not increasing the inventory ordering cost. Then we have classification of inventory. Inventories can be further classified into ABC analysis, VED analysis, HMN analysis, FSN analysis, GOLF analysis, etc. We'll be taking those sessions separately under inventory control. Then we have supply chain management. Supply chain management has overlapping on both the subjects. Supply chain, which is course code 206, and this is course code 204, that is basics of operations and supply chain management. So I want all of you to seriously start reading the books on operations management theory and practice by Mahadevan, operations management by Chari, and supply chain management book by Chopra, Mindal, and Kalra. Right? So we'll take a small 5-minute question answer session, interactive session with all of you. The presentation will be there, put online. Any questions, any doubts on this? I want all of you to start referring to the old question papers of Pune University,
Yes.
under which you are doing the MBA, so that we'll be able to know what exactly or how exactly pattern is and what kind of questions are asked in the question paper. Yes, anyone wants to talk to me or ask anything?
सर आता या सब्जेक्टची फर्स्ट टाइम होते ना सर एमसीक्यू एक्झाम
सब्जेक्टचे
एमसीक्यू एक्झाम फर्स्ट टाइम होते ना सर
हो, मला वाटतं पॅटर्न आता चेंज झालाय 19 पासून, फर्स्ट टाइमच होतीये.
म्हणजे मागच्या आता लास्ट इयरचे क्वेश्चन्स नसतील अवेलेबल ना सर.
एक काम करा ना, तुमच्या युनिव्हर्सिटी नाही, सॉरी, तुमच्या इन्स्टिट्यूटच्या लायब्ररीमध्ये काही आहे का रेफरन्सला?
आता सर आता आम्ही तर जात नाहीये सध्या, त्यामुळे आता एकदा गेल्यावर विजिट विचारतोय का.
आपण गेली 1.25 वर्ष जात नाही आहोत कुठेच.
अरे सर आम्ही पहिले 2 महिने जात होतो लायब्ररीत, जात होतो आम्ही जानेवारी फेब्रुवारी मध्ये जात होतो.
एक काम करा, तुमच्या लायब्ररीला जर तुम्हाला लायब्ररीला ई लायब्ररीला ऍक्सेस असेल ना, सी इफ यू गाईज हॅव एन ऍक्सेस टू द ई लायब्ररी, ask request librarian sir or madam to upload scanned question papers of the University of Pune in operations and supply chain management and service operations management.
हा ठीक आहे सर, टाकतात ते आम्ही.
And we will take up those papers. I will solve. मी काय करतो माहिती का सागर, what I will do is I will solve those question papers while discussing with you here. आपण इथे
ठीक आहे सर.
We'll take those scanned images and one by one questions we will, because ultimately you guys should be comfortable in answering those. And as a faculty, I also have to understand how they are asking, काय विचारतात नक्की ते.
हो सर, कारण मागच्या सेमेस्टरला त्यांनी ई बुक्स पण ग्रुपवर टाकले होते त्यांनी.
ई बुक का?
हा,
कुठले ई बुक टाकले? कुठले, विच ई बुक? कुठले ई बुक?
म्हणजे त्या सब्जेक्टचे रेफरन्स बुक काही होते ते काही टाकले होते त्यांनी.
एक काम करा तुम्ही, ऑपरेशन्स अँड सप्लाय चेन, बरं का, ऑपरेशन्स अँड सप्लाय चेन मॅनेजमेंटला तुम्हाला बुक अवेलेबल आहे बाय स्टीव्हन्सन. स्टीव्हन्सनचं बुक तुम्हाला फ्री अवेलेबल आहे ऑनलाईन. 500-550 पानांचं पुस्तक आहे मोठं. त्याच्यामध्ये ऑपरेशन्स पण कवर्ड आहे, सप्लाय चेन पण कवर्ड आहे, आणि इनफॅक्ट टेक्निकल इश्यूज पण कवर्ड आहे, स्टॅटिस्टिक्स पण कव्हर केले त्याच्यात त्यांनी.
ओके सर.
Let me just see. I will. आता आपण ऑनलाईन आहोत ना. Let me just see whether I'll be able to. Stevenson's book is wonderful book actually. इन ऑपरेशन्स अँड सप्लाय चेन. आम्ही बिट्स पिलानीला तेच रिफर करायचो. स्टीव्हन्सन
Okay.
एमटेकला आम्हाला ऑल दीज सब्जेक्ट्स आय हॅव कवर्ड इन माय एमटेक. आणि आमच्या MMS कोर्सला इट वॉज व्हेरी ओल्ड कोर्स. पुणे युनिव्हर्सिटी 1998 इट वॉज नॉट ऑपरेशन्स कोर्स, इट वॉज प्रोडक्शन मॅनेजमेंट कोर्स. सो ऑपरेशन्स मॅनेजमेंट बाय स्टीव्हन्सन पुस्तक असेल ना तर मी आत्ता तुम्हाला तुमच्या ग्रुपवर पाठवतो. वन ऑफ द
ठीक आहे.
बेस्ट बुक्स इन ऑपरेशन्स. ऑपरेशन्स मॅनेजमेंट स्टीव्हन्सन, लेटेस्ट एडिशन, 14th एडिशन. नाही, ऑपरेशन्स मॅनेजमेंट स्टीव्हन्सन. दिस इज OSCM ना, सो ऑपरेशन्स अँड सप्लाय चेन मॅनेजमेंट ग्रुप आहे ना.
Yes, sir. OSCM.
मग त्या ग्रुपवर मी आहे. आय विल डू वन थिंग. I will today send a book called Operations Management by William J. Stevenson. William J. Stevensonचं बुक तुम्हाला मी ऑपरेशन्स मॅनेजमेंटचं पाठवतो.
ठीक आहे.
Start reading that book. That is one of the best books. आणि त्याच्यासोबत ना, I hope everyone is listening in my session. The book by William J. Stevenson has wonderful student support PowerPoint presentations. Wonderful student PowerPoint presentations are given with that book. So you can actually download the student PowerPoint presentations for study. And they discuss in short the main matter, important points of every chapter. And all the chapters mentioned in your syllabus of operations and supply chain management are mentioned in the book by Stevenson.
Yes, sir.
I'm just trying to browse on the net and see whether I'll be able to get a free book. Or I think we'll have to request our librarian sir to
लायब्ररीकडनं रिक्वेस्ट करतो सर, आम्ही ते ग्रुपवर टाकत सर पुस्तक.
लायब्ररीला काय होतं माहिती का, they have an access to ebooks.
Yes, sir.
because they have this na academic type असतं ना with all the publishers. McGraw-Hill and Tata McGraw-Hill and Pearson. So you can take advantage of that book by Stevenson. Anyway, so today's homework I'm giving you, today's session's homework I'm giving you. Today you will study MRP 1, MRP 2 and ERP at home after the session is over. MRP 1 stands for Materials Requirements Planning. MRP 2 stands for Manufacturing Resources Planning. And ERP stands for Enterprise Resources Planning. एवढं तुम्हाला सगळ्यांना स्टडी करायचं आहे. Further we will go to DRP. DRP stands for Distribution Requirements Planning. And DRP2 stands for Distribution Resources Planning. Once you study ERP, that is Enterprise Resources Planning, you will gain a lot of knowledge. आणि तुम्ही SAP ERP स्टडी करा. SAP ERP. SAP ERP happens to be by far and large the best ERP system in the world. Stevenson book was there. Unfortunately, I am trying to share with you the screen. Ebook is there actually of Stevenson. I think all of you may be able to see my screen called ePDF reader. There is the download link for,
Yes,
but
sir.
I have to sign up for a trial account. आणि मग ते पैसे मागतात. They'll ask money, and they are fraud sites actually. I will not do that.
लायब्ररीकडनं अवेलेबल होतील सर, ते देतात.
तर त्यांना म्हणा ऑपरेशन्स मॅनेजमेंट बाय स्टीव्हन्सन किंवा ऑपरेशन्स मॅनेजमेंट बाय महादेवन. ऍक्च्युली आय ऑलवेज सजेस्ट 2 books टू माय स्टुडंट्स. वन इंडियन एडिशन, वन US एडिशन.
Yes, sir.
US ची भाषा थोडी वेगळी असते. द लँग्वेज ऑफ द US operations is a little difficult थोडी असते. But if people are comfortable with the Indian language, then they can refer to Mahadevan's book. Mahadevan Mahadevan's book is very simple to understand. He is an Indian professor. I am Bangalore professor. So I think I am done with today's session. I wanted to take a course overview of the first 3 units. I am ending the session today a little earlier, 15 minutes, for you all to do homework. Although I will be logged in because my session is getting recorded. But you please start doing your homework now and start studying MRP1, MRP2, ERP, and DRP1, DRP2. In the meantime, I'll be online. You can ask me any questions or doubts if you have. Have a communication with your library, all of you, and request for an ebook on operations and supply chain. The best book for supply chain management is Chopra Mindal, and the best book for operations management is I Am Bangalore, Professor Mahadevan. We've almost covered 60% of our syllabus. Some important points like lean management and TQM principles are not covered. I know that, but I will be taking more time. I'll try and request Wag sir to give me 2 sessions back to back for operations and supply chain, where I will be able to cover lean management and TQM principles. It's a very huge topic. It cannot be covered in 1 hour. Okay, so I am here online. I am removing my headphone microphone, but my speakers are on. My microphone is on. If you have any doubts, you can ask me. I'm muting my camera now.
Please do not log off because we'll be taking the attendance 5 minutes prior to the session getting over. In this session only, please browse on the net and study MRP1, MRP2, ERP and DRP1, DRP2. The best site to study is SAP or SAP, where you can find all these manufacturing operations or operations tools with description in detail. And you can ask me any doubt. I am online till 1 p.m. If you have any doubts, you can freely ask me.
हेलो सर,
Yes.
अभी लॉग आउट
Yes.
हो सकते हैं क्या?
Oh,